Good morning, everybody. Good morning, Pac-Man. Hey, Ali. I haven't tweeted yet, so I got to do that real quick. Hey, Jade. Need my Twitch link. Need to switch up the Twitch little thumbnail thing. It's been the same thing forever. What do I say? Twice a week I gotta come up with a new thing to say in this tweet. Streaming live on Twitch. Bored? Bored? Come join us in the live stream, in the development live stream, right now on Twitch. We promise you'll be slightly less bored. My tweet is too long. Excuse me. There it is. Send. All right. You're never going to let that go. Are you, Jade? Ever. Oh, man. So, I am still working on the auto scanning stuff for the folders. But I'm thinking we should move on from that stuff and do something more interesting. So there are a number of more features to add for 7.0. So I think we're going to move on for now. Maybe tackle the PDF stuff, or maybe tackle the background music, or both today. That's what I'm thinking. It might be a while yet before I get the first beta out. So, this is because the folder stuff is taking me a while. So, anyways. But yeah, what do you guys think about background music and PDF support for Big Box? I think that's probably what we'll tackle today. You're going to hold me to that promise, Ali. Well, I hope, watching the stream is less boring than not watching the stream and just sitting there doing nothing. But, I don't know if I should have promised that. PDF support. PDF. Sure. Okay. So perhaps that's what we should start with. Coin that TPP. Speak English, Jade. It's too early in the morning for me to understand what you're trying to say. I probably should. I feel like I should, but I don't. Or coin that too. Gotcha. Should set up a countdown for the announcement. Well, I'm glad you're slightly less bored, Lee. Well, I would set up a countdown for the announcement if I had a specific date which I knew I was going to be done with it and ready to announce it. Unfortunately, I don't have a specific date for that yet. So we'll see. Anyways, if you guys can't tell, I'm still waking up. It was my son's birthday party yesterday, and I ate some crap I probably shouldn't have eaten, and then of course I have trouble like waking up the next morning. One letter off. All right. Well, let's say a prayer real quick. Any prayer requests before we pray? And then we'll get started into PDF support. Jade wants cake. Yeah, we didn't have any cake. We had ice cream, but no cake. But that wasn't what I ate. I went to Fuddruckers and I got their Game Changer, which is delicious. But there's stuff in that burger that I shouldn't be eating. I'm allergic to, it sucks horribly, but I'm allergic to nightshades. So tomatoes and peppers I'm not supposed to have. And in the chili and all that stuff, I'm sure there was plenty of it. So, yeah. Hey, Pure Luck. Oh. All right, well, let's... Oh, Jade, I'm sorry. All right, we'll pray for her, for sure. Absolutely. That's never fun. All right, well, let's pray. Anybody else has any more prayer requests, just speak up and we can pray again. Oh, Lord, wake me up this morning. Thank you once again for this community and for the friendships that we've made with each other. And I pray that you would help us to grow our friendships this morning and grow closer together and love each other and enjoy the stream, have some fun, and be productive in the development this morning, Lord. And I pray that you would be with Jade's grandmother as she goes through this cancer, and I pray that you would fight it and help her to get rid of it completely, Lord. Heal her body and just take this cancer away from her. Give her the everything she needs in order to get rid of this. Because Jade obviously loves her and wants her around. In Jesus' name we pray. Amen. All right. I'm sorry, Jade. Yeah. We'll keep praying. We'll keep praying for her. As I spill my coffee. All right. So, PDF support. Of course, Jade. PDF support. So, I know some people had mentioned some libraries that we could use, but the first thing we're going to have to do for PDF support is figure out what library to use for PDF support in WPF. So, that is what we'll start with here. WPF PDF. And he's using a web browser. I don't want to do that. Yeah, I don't want WinForms either. I don't want Acrobat Reader. No, 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 no. There's a new native WPF web browser control. Huh. I didn't know that. Yeah, that's not what we want. Moon PDF. Moon PDF displays PDF pages as images. That's not really ideal, although it works. Man, everybody's relying on Acrobat Reader. That is the last thing we want to do. No, 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 no. Disclosure, here's a commercial one and I work for this company. I don't mind paying a small amount of money for the control if it's going to be the best solution. PDF Rasterizer.NET 3.0 allows you to render a WPF fixed document. It preserves all vector graphics. That's awesome. This is probably closest to what you need. That does sound ideal. So what's the cost? Whoa. Yeah, that's a little bit pricey, isn't it, guys? Not that I'm against spending that much money on a control, but wow. Sheesh. Moon PDF. Let's see what else we can find here. Martin, Jason, you were playing in the import dialog last time. Could we remove the need to specify an emulator is the platform if the platform is Windows? It shouldn't be prompting to specify an emulator if the platform is Windows. If it is, I got a glitch. Oh, I see what you mean. So basically, yeah, the ROM importer wasn't designed to import to Windows platforms, right? You're supposed to use the regular Windows importer. I get what you're saying. Yeah, we could work on that, although not right this instant because we're working on PDF support. But yeah, ideally, it wouldn't be a difficult thing to change, although it does make it more confusing. Hey, Camel. Yeah, that's a pretty crazy price. I don't know that I want to drop $1,000, and it's what is that? It's not. Is that British pounds or is that? I don't know. Euros, I think. All I know is it's a lot of money. I don't really want to drop that much money right now. We're still recovering a little bit from Retropalooza, if I'm honest. Camel, that's not what I want to hear, man. What do you mean it just took a big dump? Pac-Man, I'll take a look at that. WPF PDF viewer.codeplex.com. Thank you, Martin. In this project, oh no, this uses the Adobe PDF Reader COM component, which is not something we want to do. So never mind on that one. Goodness, this should be everywhere. It really should. Let's look for the ideal. These are ads, though. I shouldn't be clicking on the ads. They won't even load because I've blocked. I'm experimenting with actually blocking ads through my router in addition to ad block. And I think I'm gonna end up turning it off because it's annoying. It makes anytime you click on an ad in Google, they don't work. So it's like hardcore. Camel, so I was having problems with the last time we talked. You said I should remove the platform XMLs to test less games. Well, that was a mistake. It's been starting LaunchBox for 20 minutes now. After putting the XMLs back. Wow, that's weird. There's something strange going on there. Visi, probably not. Unless we can find a control that has support for all that extra cool stuff. I would love that. But I'm not going to code my own PDF viewer. Because that would be silly, to be honest. It would be a ridiculous amount of work. And my time is better spent elsewhere. So if we can find a WPF PDF viewer that has all those nifty features, then wonderful. Otherwise, not going to happen, unfortunately. Yeah, it's only for viewing manuals, Jay. Yeah, I use, well, I recently was having issues with I have an excellent Asus router, but I was running into issues with the firmware not working properly. You remember how I had some network issues with the stream a while back. I ended up ultimately putting Tomato, which is a custom firmware on the router. I like Tomato over DDWRT. So I installed Tomato on it. It took me forever to get it installed, so it's a pain in the butt to flash a router. But I finally got it. And so I got Tomato running on there, and Tomato has a bunch of extra cool features like that. So literally, you can build ad block directly into your router, which means when you're on, for example, YouTube on your Roku, you don't got ads. You can call me a bad man for that, but I don't know. I don't like ads. I hate ads. So I'm guilty in that regard. +100 Nintendo powers. That's awesome. Sure. So you could, yeah. So what we could do is actually support more than manuals. Of course, if you add a magazine platform, we could make sure that the PDF for the games that are the PDFs load up in the PDF viewer. That makes sense, Jay. Camel, to be completely honest with you, it almost sounds like you're running into either OS issues or somehow hardware issues. So that scares me a little. Are you, because that stuff isn't normal. I don't know. We'll have to troubleshoot that on the forums, I guess. Oh, 47,000 games. Yeah, that's a lot of games. But locking up and crashing, unless what's happening is it's you think it's locking up and crashing, but really you just gotta wait. That's possible. But 20 minutes on startup, that's ridiculous. Ali, yeah, oh man, I was really expecting that to be done by now. I need to hit up the rocket launcher people, I guess, and figure that out. I mean, there's nothing I can do to rush that stuff out, which is unfortunate. I might have held off the release had I known it would be so long before the rocket launcher stuff was fixed. But, you know, it is what it is. Hey, K-Money. Nobody likes ads. Seriously. Pac-Man, yeah. I'm not a big fan of the Asus firmware, although the Asus hardware is awesome. In those routers, I have an RT N66U. Camel, there is, although, yeah, there is something like that. However, it may or may not debug log the issue that you're running into, but it's worth a shot. If you open up the settings XML, there should be an option on the bottom for a debug log. You set that to true, and it should create a debug.log in your application folder, your LaunchBox folder. Yeah, flashing is a pain in the rear. Okay, Bissy, I'll check that out. Sure, so your route is even newer than mine. Sure. Oh yeah, absolutely. The VPN stuff is awesome. All right. What am I doing? I need to click this link. With page turn effect. That's neat. Convert PDF to a set of images. Interesting. That's cool. Although that is going to be performance. That's going to be slower performance-wise than if we were to. Huh. I don't know though. That might be the best solution for all I know. So we would use a PDF control to convert all the pages to images, and then put them out into the book. My only concern there is performance. That could really be a performance issue. But it'd be a fun thing to try. Let's see what else we can find though first. Oh, why does everybody suggesting using Adobe PDF Reader? That's a stupid idea. Nobody has that installed anymore. PDFprinting.net. Yeah, look at this. $800. $300. All right. Up to 500 deployments? You gotta be kidding me, people. Yeah, forget it. That's ridiculous. So yeah, maybe we will be coding this ourselves with the book control and image conversion stuff. That would be neat. It'd be fun. I would like that. Of course, that's going to be more work than just popping in a control. But it would be a neat solution, assuming performance wasn't an issue. Come on, people. It's just viewing a PDF. It's frustrating. PDF clown. Wow. Unbelievable. This is at least open source. But it doesn't tell me much about it. So if we went with this approach, we basically have this book control or something like that. We're going to have full control over the presentation of it. So we can animate it however we want versus and we need something to convert the PDF to images, PDF to PNG. Huh. Why am I ending up with Linux source code? Yeah, this is Linux stuff too. That's not really what we want. I didn't expect to have so much trouble finding a PDF library. The log is stored in the LaunchBox folder. It's called debug.log, CamelSpit, I think. Netgear. Yeah, I don't know if you'll have to look up. Not all routers are supported for flashing, so you'd have to look up, Jade, whether that one is supported. I don't know much about that router, so I'm not sure. Hey, Teddy. I use Foxit Reader too. Actually, I don't. Now that it's built into Windows, I just keep using Edge, of course, just because it's the default. Wow, that's awesome. Holy crap, what a router. I've seen that before. Camel. That's pretty awesome. We have, Camel, one thing to note. We have figured out that custom fields have been causing performance issues for some people. So perhaps that could be the issue. But that's only performance issues. That's not crashes. That's amazing. That is a great deal. No PDF library in your development suite? There is. I mean, I've used plenty of PDF libraries before. But, you know, I switched from working for a company to just myself recently, so I don't have access to those tools. Plus, this is WPF, and we don't usually... all the previous PDF stuff I've done has not been in WPF. Oh my goodness. You pulled it from another house. All right. Back to work. Back to figuring out if we can find a PDF solution here. So if we can convert... GhostScript.net, and it's on Nougat. That's cool. Of course, we're going to be dealing with a bunch of temporary files if we do this. Basically, every single page is going to require an image file saved to the hard drive. So when we first load up the PDF, we have to save every single stupid image for every single page to the hard drive, and then we feed it up to the book control. It doesn't necessarily sound like the best solution, but it would be neat. This is a managed wrapper around the GhostScript library. Allows you to rasterize files in memory without storing the output to disk. That might help.
This is Jim. He's a proud hotel owner. But Jim is
Why am I
frustrated.
seeing an
The
advertisement
Readers
here?
Convention has come to town and none of the visitors stay in his amazing hotel. Why should you care? Well, they looked on popular websites that don't have his hotel. So you wouldn't have found it either.
Wow. Haven't been on Daily Motion in years.
Salut Benjamin. Salut. Bon, j'ai enfin fini, j'ai mis un peu de temps à le finir.
De quoi?
Donc le contenu assemblé, référencé, autant de contrôles ici pour simuler cet effet. Et puis
That's
ici,
pretty cool though.
Donc il y a pas mal d'algorithmes ici pour
Although we're not going to be using a mouse, we're going to be
Et puis,
using a
ici également,
stick,
quelques animations sur les
of
différents
course,
poignets. Donc,
usually.
évidemment sur la page de droite, il n'y a que les poignets de droite qui sont accessibles. Là je ne clique pas en fait, dès que j'approche d'une zone sensible, le coin vient vers moi. Si je quitte la zone sensible, il retombe. Et si cette fois j'ai cliqué, si je clique, alors je peux attirer. Si je le relâche, il retombe également. Si jamais je dépasse la moitié du contrôle, alors il a fait tomber de l'autre côté, et j'ai l'équivalent d'un changement de sélection qui montre un peu de la 3D accélérée comme ça. Ou la directement sur le bouton. Puis ici.
Alright, well, we get the gist of that. Wait a minute though, I don't want to lose that tab. Or that's not... Alright, where was that code? There it is. This is it. Source code. What's the license on this first? Microsoft Public License. I don't remember if the Microsoft Public License is an issue or not. It doesn't look like it. Okay. So it looks like I can tweak it. I just got to include this this license. So that's not the end of the world. Oh, I see, Camel. That makes sense. Yeah, I'm not sold on this. I mean, it's neat, but it's going to be a lot of work to get there. And I'm concerned that performance is going to be an issue. And I'm not sold on this either, Pac-Man. Dr. Wilbur McFunky Biscuits. That's funny. Ironically, it's literally the stupidest dog I've ever seen. He means well, but he is just so dumb. Pac-Man. I'll take a look at that link. The PDF reader being external. What do you mean by external exactly? So, all right, so this is 190 bucks. I can do 190 bucks. That's, or 220 is what I would probably get. I can do that. That's not out of the realm of possibility. This is a WPF PDF viewer. Horizontal and vertical multi-page display, one-page display, and tile display. Full control over page display, including page margins, highlight colors, background colors, and so on. Flexible text processing. Customized text highlight. Nice. Overriding a derived class for custom look of the PDF viewer control and custom rendering of a document. Nice. Wow. Yeah, this does seem like a good solution. It's open source, but they're asking, the licensing probably requires the purchase. Or maybe not, I'm not sure. License. The Apache license, okay. So we might not even need to purchase it. It might be that is their... Why would we need to purchase? That's the question. for maintenance. Well, heck, we'll start with the free stuff. I don't know why we would need to purchase it, honestly. I don't know what the... Because if it's the Apache license, if I remember correctly, Apache will let me... Permissive free software license written by the Apache Software Foundation requires preservation of the copyright notice and disclaimer. Yeah, Apache should be fine. Excuse me. So I think we have our library here, although I still don't understand why we would need to purchase it, since the source is available on GitHub. Let's check out NuGet here. This would need to be added to... I need to commit stuff so I can easily revert something if something goes wrong. So let me do that here quickly. I'm gonna... check this stuff in. This is automatic ROM folder parsing in progress. Alright, so now if something goes wrong, I can easily revert to what we had. I'm going to go into the WPF project, manage NuGet packages, and see if this is available as a NuGet package here first, because that's the easiest way to do it. Patagames pdf.wpf. Class library based on the PDFEM project for viewing, text extracting, navigating, editing PDF files in .NET projects. Okay, that looks right. Let's check that out, what that tells us. Trial. So it looks like we will need to purchase it, which is fine. Still don't understand why this is available on GitHub for free, though. Under the Apache license. I don't get it. I don't understand that. Hey, Balmarolo. If you're on a desktop computer, there's not a whole lot of reason to use Big Box other than the fact that it's pretty. So that's not what Big Box is for. Big Box is for home theater, and arcade cabinets. So yeah, if you're just trying to load up a game quickly, obviously LaunchBox is going to be a better solution. But that's not what Big Box tries to be. It's not trying to be a quick solution for finding the game you want to play. It's trying to be big and flashy and easy interface for using with a controller or using with an arcade cabinet, stuff like that. It's not really the same kind of thing. Camel spit. Well, that's cool. I'll check those out later, Camel. Alright. Huh. Still, so again, this is just the PDF WPF control that seems to be open source. I'm thinking I'm going to, just to save us the $200, I'm going to try and just use this code. Because it's free and it's Apache licensed. And that SDK is going to get us more functionality, I think is the gist. So yeah, I'm just going to try and use this code. See what we get here. So in here I'm going to add a folder called pdf.wpf. I'm going to have to include the license for this stuff. That's okay. And then we have some folders here. Some of this stuff we might not even need, but, and I don't know, I might want to compile this actually into a DLL. Thinking that might be better. Let's load up the project and see how easy it is to compile it. Of course it fails. So, alright. So yeah, what we're looking at here, basically what they've done is they've given you the source code to the actual viewer, but in order to use it, you got to use your paid components. That makes sense. So it's a little bit of, yeah, I don't really like that, but whatever. I'll give them the $200. We'll get their full component, and then we'll be good to go. But we should be able to at least test it to see if it's going to work for us before we shell out the $200 for the component. Alright. So what we'll do next, I'm going to delete this whole folder. And then we'll go ahead and just do that NuGet package like we were going to do before. Install that guy. All right. So in my references now, I have this patagames.pdf and pdf.winforms, which we shouldn't need because we're not doing this in Windows Forms. We're doing this in WPF. And patagames pdf.wpf. The next thing I need to do is to actually build the DLLs into this DLL so that you don't have to access it. I don't need to include that DLL basically. So we'll go ahead and do that here next. It's just 2 DLLs it looks like. Let's make sure this builds. Should, I don't know why not. Succeeded. So then we're going to go into, let's open up that folder. What is this stuff? Oh, great. That's not what I wanted to see. Why are they doing that? Is that going to make it more difficult? Probably. So if when you build this, what's it put in the bin folder is the question. I lost my... So they're including this stuff in the bin folder. Great. So we need this PDFium included with the project. I don't want to have extra files or 2 extra folders in the LaunchBox folder for x64 and x86. So this stuff we should be able to include easily enough in the exe in theory, or in the DLL. Oh man, can't be easy, can it? But I don't know that I want to. Look how huge this stuff is. 13 megs plus 10 megs. So that's going to add a good 30 megs to the project. And it's already too big. Bah. There's got to be a better way to do this. I don't like this already. So we figured out, yeah, I don't know. I'm gonna keep looking. I know it's taking us forever to find a package, but obviously a lot rides on finding a good package for this. And I don't want to increase the size of Big Box by 25% just to add PDF support. That's ridiculous. Especially when Foxit Reader does it in what, like, I can't remember exactly, but it used to be like 5-10 megs. Yeah, so LaunchBox right now does throw everything under arcade by default, but the Hyperspin, it's Hyperspin that popularized the sub wheels for various like Capcom classics and all that stuff, and that's one thing that we don't really do that well right now. Although you can do it, it's just not automatic, and imports can be. We're getting better with that stuff, but. No worries, Pac-Man. No problem. I think we'll just have to keep looking. It was the best I've seen so far, so. Yeah. At that point, you're right. It may as well just be a built-in another browser. Lollipop Chainsaw. It's a game I've never played. All right, so much for that. all this extra crap now we're going to want to get rid of. That's why I checked in what I had. So we're going to remove all this junk. And discard the project changes. And reload. Alright, so now we're back to where we were before. And we're back to looking for more PDF stuff. Goodness sakes. Well, that's a link I supposedly haven't seen yet. Here's Codeplex, WPF PDF viewer. I'm in deep trouble now. It's funny. Web browser they're using. But that requires a PDF viewer on the system. Although, you know, that might not be such a terrible thing. In theory, you could just tell people to install Foxit Reader. Or if you're on Windows 10, there's already going to be the PDF viewer built in theory. So that might work, although that's not ideal. Yeah, so people are saying there's no open source library. You have to pay for it, which is fine. I don't mind paying for it, but it better be a good solution if I'm going to pay for it. Adobe Reader. The heck? PDF Rasterizer 3. We already looked at that, I think. Maybe not. Yeah. Yeah, no, I'm not going to pay $2,000. What was wrong with Moon PDF? I think we might not have looked at this because it converts it into an image, but that might not be such a terrible thing. So let's give it a shot, since we're running out of other options. Well, right now, Static Fade, I actually only have two screens. I got two, I think they're 24-inch monitors. They're 1920 by 1200. So nothing that amazing. Pretty soon, though, I might actually be getting some more monitors to help with development, because it does help monitors really help me out. Having 2 monitors is like absolutely required for development, especially for like full screen development in big box and stuff like that. It's pretty important. More monitors would be helpful, but it's certainly not necessary. But yeah, and I've stuck with you know, I haven't gone the whole high DPI route yet, just because it's not worth it to me yet. I don't need the high DPI, and it causes more hassle than anything else. So I'm at this point I'm still happy with my 1080p style monitors, although these aren't 1080p. They're 1920 by 1200 instead, because I like the 16 by 10 aspect ratio better than the 16 by 9. They're good monitors. They're the Asus high quality IPS monitors. Jade, I did know that it was somewhat like Buffy with the chainsaw and an overtly sexy outfit. I did know that, at least. Wouldn't mind having the option for using Foxit Reader, kind of like VLC versus Media Player. Yeah, that makes sense. Static fade, and that's something we can fall back on. And that would work no matter if, as long as you have a PDF viewer on your machine. In theory, that works with, I don't know if it's Edge or IE. We'd have to look into that. But as long as it works with those, we could do something like that. Although I would rather not have to do that. I still haven't played with a light gun for my setups. I really need to do that. Just lie to me and say you have 6. Looking way up there. After you turn 40, you will want high DPI monitors. All right. So let's give this Moon PDF thing a try. Source, Moon PDF. What is the license on Moon PDF? I gotta check that. Of course it's the GPU. But that should be fine as long as we don't modify the code. But it being the general public license, or the GPL, not GPU, that means we can't modify the code, basically. Which kind of sucks. We can just download the binaries. We also have to include the license, of course. So the project should be open. See if it builds. Really, we should probably just download the binaries. Oh, great, guys. What the heck? You use an Xcopy in your build process? Smart. Alright, Moon PDF, we got this XAML stuff. And the lib. Let's go download the DLLs. So we need, again, we're dealing with 32 and 64-bit versions. Man, why do they do that? Why does a PDF reader need... But it is small, it looks like. So we're running in 64-bit. We'll see if the 32-bit stuff works, and if it does, we'll just use that. All right. So we got these 3 files. That's not too bad. We can deal with 3 megs. No problem there. So we'll add those references. Basically, what I'm not sure about though is this lib mu PDF. That might not be .NET. That might be, C++. If I look at the source code, actually, huh. So this builds this moon PDF lib.dll file. And then this, was this just a sample? Is this an exe? Looks like it, yeah. So this is an example, is basically what this is. All right. And this, yeah, so this lib, what on earth? Windows, what are you doing? This lib mu PDF is basically a C++ DLL or something of that nature. It's not .NET, which means I've got to include this with the project, I think. Which kind of sucks, but at least it's only 3 megs. Bah. If we look at the references here, Moon PDF Lib is the only reference because that uses the DLL. Be nice if this would compile so we could test this out. Build events. They've got these build events in here which are failing. Why they're doing all this crap, I don't know. Header license prepend? Great. What is that? And then it's copying the DLL file to the target directory. So basically this libmupdf.dll file has to be in the project folder, which I guess we could include that with the setup, but that kind of sucks. But whatever, what am I going to do? I can't find anything else. See if we can get this to build though. I think this stupid line is failing. I don't care about it. I can manually copy that dumb file. That builds. Good. Build failed on this guy. Build events. Get rid of the X copy. Build. Alright, so they build now. Now if I go in to bin debug, we need the DLL. Bin. What happened there? I still don't know what this header license prepend crap is. Sumatra. Huh. Where is this DLL? Whatever. I have it somewhere. Where did I put that? Come on, Windows, what are you doing? Yeah, my Windows Explorer just crashed. So give me a second here for this to come back, because I'm not going to be able to do anything until Windows Explorer recovers on me. See, I can't click on anything. Lovely. So this has been a productive day. Not really. Come on, come on. Is Task Manager going to load for me even? There we go. End task. All right. Opinions on the Nintendo Switch. Iron PDF. I'll check out Iron PDF. What is Iron PDF? The C# PDF library. This is easy to generate PDFs, but that's not what we need. We need a PDF viewer. Doesn't look like this has a PDF viewer, but let me know if I'm wrong, Mamo. Switch, I'm torn on Switch. Yeah, I think it's a cool idea. It seems like Nintendo is just trying to hop on the, tablet craze. There's a lot of people really excited about it. I don't necessarily share in the excitement, but I hope I'm proven wrong, though. I hope it's amazing. Alright, so now I was just trying to find that stupid DLL file. Here we are. We grab our live moo pdf.dll, and I'm going to paste that in my bin folder. So that we can hopefully run this exe and try it out. Here we are. Now I need a PDF file, which I should have some in my LaunchBox folder. So this is what we get, or an example of what we get. course, this works. It's not anything special, you know. It's got pop-in issues. It's not exactly ideal, but it does work. But I'm not really that impressed. Single page facing book view is probably what we want. Sure. Oh, that's a glitch. Zoom in. Yeah, so it works. Is it impressive? No. But it should work fine, but I don't know. Frankly, at this point, I'm thinking we're going to have to do this ourselves. We're going to have to literally convert all this stuff to images, and then we can do neat stuff with WPF. So yes, there's potential performance issues. Yes, there's it's going to take a lot of time development-wise, more than I expected. But we're going to come up with a better solution, ultimately. Because, I mean, this is ugly. This is not... This just isn't good enough for me, especially with the pop-in. I don't like that. I don't like that at all. So, and there are free libraries out there. I mean, converting things to PNGs from a PDF is easy. The issue is actually displaying it. So it seems to me like we need to build this all ourselves. I can't... I'm not happy with any of these solutions, really. And I don't like having to include a third-party DLL in both 32-bit and 64-bit. We've run into enough nightmares with that with VLC. Ah, man. I can't believe how difficult this is turning out to be. It's stupid. I don't know. What are you guys' thoughts? What do you guys say? No worries, Plan 6. Visi, I'm not positive. I guess we'll check. Let's see if this is selectable. Yes, it does. Well, the thing is, yeah, none of these PDFs are going to be... honestly, that doesn't matter a whole lot. And I'll tell you why. Because all the PDF manuals you're going to get downloaded from EMU Movies are going to be images anyways. So... But yeah, I think this probably turns them into images. Although, I'm not positive. I just closed out my Chrome on accident. So no, Vlansix, I'm trying to avoid. You might have some good ideas for us here. I'm trying to avoid using any kind of non.NET code. Okay, so I don't want to use a COM object. I don't want to use Adobe. I hate that idea. I don't want there to be any requirements on the end user's machine for this PDF reader. And we're looking at Moon PDF, so that's what this is, and it's acceptable. But it still requires separate x86 and x64 DLLs that are C++, so I can't build it all into the .NET stuff. And there's this awful pop-in crap. that I don't like. So I'm not. No, this isn't paid. This is free at least. So what I'm thinking what we should do instead is, somebody had the idea of using a proper WPF book control, where you can actually turn the pages and everything really pretty in WPF, and all that would require is basically to convert PDFs to just images, and that's easy. There's all kinds of libraries out there that are free and open source and .NET only that will take a PDF and convert it to an image. So every page is an image, and from there we can basically do whatever we want in WPF. So that's kind of what I'm thinking right now, Vlansix. Make it its own OS. The book, yeah, I'm thinking the book control, Vissy, yes. OS Jason. Thanks, Vlansix. That's okay. So if you're on track with that, then I think we'll probably end up doing that. That's true, Martin. But not if I found a paid solution that did exactly what I want in ideal form, then I would consider spending something like $1,000. Unfortunately, though, we haven't found that. I'm not gonna. For one thing, you've got these big old honking libraries. None of these are gonna do the nice book turn stuff. So we're gonna end up with a better solution if we build this ourselves. And yeah, since everything is going to already be images for the most part anyways, and most of the stuff isn't going to have selectable text to begin with, because it's just, scans of manuals, then I think we'll likely just build it ourselves. Yeah, it is going to be big box only. So this is annoying, but what are you going to do? I think... the next thing to do then is to find a library that is going to convert, find an open source convert PDF to PNG solution. So we're back to searching for something else now. .NET PDF PNG open source. Well, we'll trust Google that this will be the best solution. Maybe. An application that can convert PDF file to JPEG PNG images. There's no source code here, though, is there? Yeah, this is SourceForge, so there should be. It's GPL. Not ideal. Excuse me. I'm not sure that's going to be the best solution. No, I don't want PNG to PDF. This is GhostScript, which is a separate DLL, so I want to avoid that if I can. Foxit SDK. That's interesting. So basically, we definitely want to integrate this into Big Box. I don't want to use an external application if we can help it. But yeah, that's the whole point. Is it'll be using DirectX because it's in WPF. But yeah, we want a nice 3D presentation that uses a book model, which the code is available for that for WPF. We've already found that. That's what we're going for. Static fade, yeah, it's going to be that's an issue. We're going to figure out how to do that performance wise. But yes. Yeah, it's exactly. It's one page at a time. So it shouldn't be too bad. We looked at PDF-EM, didn't we? .NET SDK. Flexible licensing. A maximum of 5,000 distributions per license? That's ridiculous. Give me a break. Obviously, we got more than 5,000 people using Big Box. Wow. I know this exists, but it's like we're starting over from scratch looking for it, so... iText Sharp. I've used that before. It's on GitHub. iText Sharp. License. Redistribute it and or modify it under the terms of the GNU Afro. What? What is that? You may not deploy it on a network without disclosing the full source code of your own applications under the AGPL license. Great. So that basically makes this completely unusable for us. Wonderful. Thanks a lot, guys. Why am I even looking at this? We can't use it. We can use something that's GPL. We can. As long as it's GPL, basically what that means is we can't modify the source code, but we can still use it without any issues. But if the moment we modify the source code, then we have to distribute the entire project's source code. The thing is, the AGPL looked different. So, Calibre, what is that? How many people have bought premium by now? I looked it up. Yeah, I'm torn on whether I should share that information. 5,000 is a lot. I will say I've already shared that it's at least 5,000. I will say it's not a whole lot more than 5,000 at this point. It's pretty close to 5,000. As we've been doing this for quite a long time now, a couple years. I'm out of coffee. ABC PDF. Visi, yeah. You want to? I mean, I've looked at so many links. I've lost it. You want to post that link again? So, Jason, 5,001 big box users. That's funny. All right, Calibre. Open source ebook software. Oh, it's ebook. Okay.
Welcome to Caliber. I am Kovid Goyal, the creator
Caliber.
of Kindles, the Android phone and tablet.
This is not .NET though, is it? I don't know. That doesn't sound like the best. It contains PDF conversion code. That makes sense. Is it .NET? Doesn't look like it. Yeah, we definitely want code that's .NET. It's Python. And we're not going to be distributing Python. What am I doing? I don't want Caliber. I want PDF Sharp is another one I've used, but it wasn't free. But PDF Sharp works great. I don't think it's too terrible either. The MIT license, which is awesome. That's like perfect. Anything that's MIT licensed is a godsend. PDF Sharp. Open source and free to use even in commercial applications. This is what I was looking for. And I've used this before. I know it's a good library. This is what I'm pretty sure this is what we need right here. It's only 4 megs. I knew I used one, but I didn't remember what one I'd used. And like I said, this isn't a viewer. This is just conversion stuff, which is really all we need. Alright. However, though, I'm not sure if we're going to need a DLL or any of that. I don't remember. I hope not. Wow, this is like crazy. Here it is. PDF Sharp WPF. Interesting. Who knows? Maybe this will be the complete solution for us after all. It's worth looking at. This is what I've been looking for. I can't believe it took us this long to find PDF Sharp, which is what I've been using, what I've used before on previous projects. And it's all MIT, which means nobody's asking for money, and I don't got to worry about licensing anything. It builds. Wow. Samples are what I'm looking for, though, at this point. These are some demos. Pulling up that link, Vissy. Yeah, I've looked at this, and it goes through a bunch of different options, but none of the options are really what I'm looking for. We already went through this page basically, but this, in theory, why is it missing projects though? Huh. PDF Sharp Explorer. PDF Viewer Demo. Although I think this is Windows Forms. Yeah. Come on. Do I have to build my own example to figure this out? Come on, you don't have a WPF example. You got the WPF stuff, but you don't have an example. Samples. Samples C#, based on WPF. Ah, there we go. The folder structure is just so convoluted, it's kind of nuts. Build solution. Does it build? Yep. So hello world. I don't know what that's doing. Okay, so it just made a PDF called Hello World is what that was doing. Export images. This is what we would do to export images. We get a PDF file. Yeah, and I know this code. I've done this before. I've used this code before. So exporting images is this easy using this library. So it's like a no-brainer. And if I build this, as far as the DLLs we would need, looks like all I need is, okay, we don't really need that, is PDF sharp-wpf.dll, and it's only 500 kilobytes. And it's MIT licensed. So it's like, this is a no-brainer. Thankfully, we finally found our library. However, I want to see, so I know I'm going to use PDF Sharp. The question is now, do I want to do it all myself, or do I want to check out their WPF viewer and see if that is already capable? I'm looking for a viewer though, or for the viewer project though, and I'm not seeing it. That's not what I want. Work on PDF objects, watermark, unprotect document, Unicode, 2 pages on one, text layout, split document, protect document. Come on now. So this is all about drawing on PDFs and stuff like that, which is fine. I mean, that's really all we need. But I thought it had a viewer. But maybe it doesn't, for all I know. Let's look at the folder one more time. Migrate doc, PDF sharp. We got the code. What is PDF sharp Explorer? So there is a viewer, but I think this is only Windows Forms. So I guess we can check the PDF Sharp WPF project to see if there's anything in here XAML-wise that would help us. No. So it doesn't look like there's a viewer, which makes sense. But this is native.NET WPF code, which means it's exactly what we're looking for as far as image processing. It's just it doesn't have a viewer from what I can tell. What is X Graphics Lab? Ooh. Huh. Is this going to build in a solution all by itself? No. PDF Sharp hybrid could not be found. Oh, okay. Try that one then. I think hybrid might mean it's using a Windows Forms setup, but I'm not sure. See what we get here. It builds. Okay. So it's just drawing a bunch of graphics on PDFs is what it's doing, which is cool. That's great. And there is a viewer, but I think it's probably using Windows Forms behind the scenes. WPF preview. It's using a document viewer. Either way, I mean, we could do this, but we're gonna probably, I mean, it's not gonna be pretty. It's not gonna be super pretty unless we do it ourselves. Although I've used this stuff before and it works well, and I don't remember it having any pop-in issues. Oh, system.windows.controls.document viewer. What the heck? That's one I've not heard of. I don't understand this whole document viewer thing. I gotta look that up. Sorry, I know it feels like we're taking forever on this stuff. Let me check the comments here while I'm at it. Export images sample. Yeah, I've got the export images code. That's easy, thankfully. What? Chiropractic exams they didn't need. Oh no. Wow, that's crazy. I didn't know buy, sell, trade video game stores made that kind of money. That's amazing. You were doing something right. Wow. Okay, I'll check that link. Yeah, I saw that, Vlansix. The issue with that is that requires a third-party control. Like Acrobat Reader installed or something like that. And then there's the Windows Form solution there. So yeah, unfortunately that doesn't help us. But anyways, PDF Sharp WPF viewer. Now what is this document viewer thing? That's what I was looking at. I mean, seriously, what the heck is that? It's Word documents? Oh. Okay, so it'll view XPS documents. Well, that's cool. Huh, so if we were able to convert a PDF to XPS, then we'd have a built-in viewer, but it's not going to be the same as if we, you know, did the nice book thing where you're going between the pages and all that stuff. So I don't know. People like the eye candy. So I'm still thinking we should do it ourselves and just convert it to images, which is easy with PDF Sharp. So that's where I'm coming from now, guys. I think we're gonna stick with that approach after all that. So Still going to be quite a bit of work to do, but we'll get started on this stuff. We got an hour and 10 minutes left. Ultimately, close out of half of these things. Wow, I got a lot of things open. Oh, come on. All right. Now, we have the ability to modify whatever code we want, so I could include the code directly in Big Box. So PDF sharp code where's that PDF sharp WPF library? I'm not sure where it is on disk, so I guess I gotta load this up again to find it. So this is the project that we need, and if I remember correctly, it doesn't even have any references. So it's just this one DLL that we need, which is just a lifesaver. So I'm gonna open that folder up. PDF sharp code PDF sharp. Oh. Weird. So it's got multiple build conditions or something. Strange. You probably just want to build the DLL, I guess. Which is fine. We'll put it in release mode. We'll build the DLL. And we'll be done with the code, ultimately. Open the folder, bin, release, PDF sharp WPF.dll is all we need out of all this stuff. What is this? Not something I need, I don't think. Yeah, this is just documentation on the resource, or on the various methods and stuff. Alright, so I'm going to copy that. We're actually going to put that first in my resources folder in here. So we have this PDF sharp -wpf.dll, and then in my resources file we're gonna add that to my resources. Then we'll add a reference to it. And then lastly, basically, the reason why I'm doing all this is so that I can access the code in that DLL and have it actually be located inside the exe, which is a neat .NET trick, so you don't have to include another DLL. So in my, I think it's my app.xaml, we have this resource assemblies. And I can do this. I can say the name of the, what was it called? It's called PDF sharp -wpf. So whenever it looks for that, it's going to get it from unbroken.launchbox.wpf.properties .resources.pdfsharp WPF. So now everything in that is accessible. We'll go ahead and build it and make sure everything's gonna keep working. And then we can start working on code to actually generate the images and use them. So I kind of want to look at the book control code that we were looking at. See if we can figure that stuff out, because that's going to ultimately be what displays the stuff. Hopefully I've still got it open here somewhere. Here it is. So this is the Microsoft Public License. I can't remember. Oops. Explained in plain English. Nice. You can do commercial use, you can modify it, you can distribute it, and you can sublicense it. You cannot use a trademark or hold liable. You must include the copyright and you must include the license. We can do that. No problem. That's great. So, okay. Let's see what we get here. Alright, I'm looking up the comments here, guys. Looks like you guys have been going to town. Oh, using document viewer. Man, I missed that, Blantix. Let me take a look at that. Document viewer. You pass the WPF doc to the WPF document viewer to quickly implement a viewer. Really? Sure, but this is the PDF rasterizer thing, which costs a bunch of money. So we already looked at that. But that's ultimately what that's what this was providing too. It was showing us how to use a document viewer, I think. So that's all. That's gonna still be an option. That's gonna be the easiest way to do it. There's a way to load up a PDF using this PDF Sharp stuff, throw it in the WPF document viewer, and we'd basically be done. So the only issue with that is it's not going to be as pretty as something like this book viewer stuff. What is going on? Visi, that is kind of what I'm planning right now, using PDF Sharp for converting to images and then using the book control. That's what I'm thinking is likely what we're going to end up doing. We got two options at this point. One is to use the book control for the PDF viewer, converted from images using PDF Sharp. The second option is to use PDF Sharp more directly and then use the document viewer, which would be a much quicker solution, but it's not going to be as pretty. Edge is built in, but we have a solution that's going to work for that kind of stuff. Problem is, not everybody has Edge, and not everybody has Windows 10. Thank you, Bissy. I did grab it. Hey, Bomarolo. We're still working on the PDF stuff. Oh, man. You guys. Almost there. The less edge there is, the better for everyone. All right. Plan 6 prefers IE. Oh, man. Okay. So we got stuff not loading. That's not exactly what I want to see. I doubt it's going to build since stuff isn't loading. Sign tool was not found at path. Oh, why do you people have to do this crap? Oh, man. If I was your dad, I would punish you, but thankfully I'm not, Camel Spit. Goodness. Oh. 3 kids are enough. Did that build, or did it error? 1 up to date. Alright. So that builds. Which is good. This SL Book demo app. I don't know what that crap is. That fails with the sign tool crap. What is this? Why on earth is it looking for it? I don't need that. I don't even know what that... Why? I'm not dealing with a web anything. Why is it doing anything with this sign tool? Click once. Apparently. There it is. Yeah. Set a startup project. There it is. Okay, so we have a WPF application here. It's not the most gorgeous thing in the world, but it does work. And you got that. It could stand to be a little smoother, but in theory we should be able to adjust it because we got all the code. Right? It is neat. Is it worth it? Versus just doing it in a document viewer? It is fun. All we'd have to do is map the controller to do left and right, and that's it. Controller mapping and transparent window background would seal the deal. Yeah. This works. And we have the code that we can tweak, so how much of this do we need? I don't know. This is a demo app. I think all we really need, is this right here. We have a book and a book page. Huh. So we get our book. I see. And then we add the pages, it looks like. Certainly not difficult. Well, cool. Neat. All right. I think this is what we'll do. Anything reference-wise we need? No. What is this reach framework? What is it doing? Huh. Interesting. So it's already in my local assemblies. I gotta look that up. The Windows Presentation Foundation Library, XPS. So it looks like it's included with .NET. That's good. I've just never seen it before. That looks like that is too. Yeah, I think we're okay. Good. So let's start putting some of this code into my controls here. We're gonna add. Let's go ahead and add a folder for book, I guess. We'll drag all this stuff over. It's not going to let me do that. Fine. We're going to want to tweak the namespaces. See if we can get to build here first. Wow, it builds straight off the bat. Straight off the bat. And I didn't have to add any of the extra references? That's kind of weird. Whatever. Okay. So let's change the namespaces. We're going to change this to Let's just do a Control H. WPF Mitsu controls. Let's be safe and do namespace WPF Mitsu controls. I'm gonna replace that with namespace unbroken.launchbox.wpf.book.controls.book in the current project. Okay. And then we have this that we need to fix as well. Really, we should call the namespace, though, something different, because there's a class called book. Yeah, of course. What do we call it? You could rename the class to book control, maybe. See if we build. Oh. Wait a minute, this is a... We don't want to modify that. So what do I got to do here to fix this up? There, that's why. I think that'll do it. Build succeeded. Good. Next, I'm going to rename this to book control. Okay, and then this as well. Good. Okay, where is that being referred to? Generic.xaml, what? The heck? There it is. It just, I had something open and it messed up. Okay. So the code was easy to integrate for the book control. Let's check comments here. Wow, we got quite a discussion going on. Tacky? Alright, so now we don't like the book control? I can work with it, I can tweak it, but... You guys are all over the place today. Vissy, when you're doing nested filters for the games, do it for the PDF viewer as well so you can have subcategories. Sure, that's a separate project, Vissy, but yeah, I agree that would be nice. Match.com. Yeah, we'll tweak it. The bad ones always seem good at the beginning. You're horrible, Jade. No, you're great. You're fun to have on this stream. We've had a lot of good times. Seriously. The bad ones always seem good at the beginning. That's horrible. That is awful. All right. So we have our book control. In theory, we should be able to use that guy. So we're going to need a new view model and view. Let's go ahead and add it. Start with a view, I guess. Is it going to be themed? Do we need it to be themed? Should it be themed for the PDF viewer? I'm going to say no at this point. And we're just going to add it directly to views. And it's going to be user control. And we'll call it PDF viewer, I guess. PDF view. .xaml. All right. And for now, we're just going to throw a book control in there. There it is. Oh my goodness sakes. I don't even want to repeat that. Oh man. Well, the thing is, alright, so the problem with that statement, no one saw baby Hitler and screamed. They all said, aw. Here's the problem with that statement. When baby Hitler was born, he was not a bad person. He was not a bad baby. He was not an awful human being from birth. He turned into an awful human being over time as bad things happened to him in his life, as various things happened to him in his life. No one is born rotten. That doesn't happen. Yeah, sure, there's genes involved, and some genes will make a particular person more prone to certain kind of problems, absolutely. But there's no such thing as a baby born as an awful person like Hitler, right? So all that stuff is learned. Now, how's that relevant here? I don't know, but philosophy, I guess. It was when he got into jazz music that turned him. Oh, man. Yeah. Nurture is a bigger piece, I think. I agree, Lansix. Jage thinks he's Hitler. That's horrible. Oh, goodness sakes. If you go back in time, would you off the innocent Hitler baby or not? No, I wouldn't off the innocent Hitler baby. What I would do is change some of the Hitler baby's life circumstances later on. I wouldn't kill the baby. I'd try and fix the circumstances. No, I'm Hitler. Oh, man. Oh. So we got our book control. Don't gas all the puppies. Oh my goodness. Oh. Insane. Have you learned anything? Hypothetical scenarios here, people. Hypothetical scenarios. All right. PDF view. And in our book control, we're going to be adding pages to the back end, obviously. Why do we have this? The grid doesn't fill the. Well, we're going to need something to. If I take a look at my main view. Huh. I don't know. Grid.column. Nah, we shouldn't need any of that, really. So we'll leave it at that for now. We don't need this. We need a name on this. Right? And then in the code, we gotta clean this up. That's better. I have officially lost control of chat. That happened a long time ago, Quad. Oh my goodness. Some messed up killers have been said to have perfect childhoods. That's not true. They supposedly do, but they never do. I don't buy into that, to be honest, Ali. There's always a reason for someone to go insane and go off and kill people. Although there are diseases, there is stuff like bipolar and all that stuff. So for example, if you've got a disease that isn't treated, and it happens to be in a very extreme form of the disease, yeah, I can see how nature can be part of that stuff. But to be honest, a lot of the times, diseases like bipolar and emotional diseases and everything like that, not always, but a lot of the times they're actually influenced by outside influences more than you think. Bipolar is often caused by standard health practices in the U.S. That's the thing. Yeah, not all psychopaths go and become murderers. Yeah, screw her. Goodness. I think we got 33 people on the stream more interested in this conversation than the code, and I think I'm one of them. Oh man! All right, so we got this PDF view, right? Then we need to add pages. First off, let's figure out how we can add a page using an image before we do much more, I think. So we're gonna say this dot book control dot, is there dot pages? No. We got to figure out how to add a page from the code. Obviously, you can do it from the WPF, but that's not what we want to do. In our let's go to the control itself. Current page. On current page changed. Unloaded. It's going through and getting template childs as book pages. It'd be nice if there was an easier way to just add a page. I might have to add that. Let's clean up this code a little too. Hopefully ReSharper doesn't mess anything up. That's looking better. I fixed my ReSharper recently to do things more like I want them, which is good. This is where we load up our pages. Sheet 0 and sheet 1 get template child. Okay. That's weird. So this is basically, we take a look at this, we have sheet 0 and sheet 1 right here. Okay, and so this is the two pages that are being displayed. Okay. It gets them. Refresh sheets content. Still doesn't help me figure out how it's loading the pages themselves. LaunchBox developer sessions now with more Hitler, psychopaths, and quantum mechanics. Come for the development, stay for the melodrama. Stanford prison experiment. Believe it or not, camel spit, I exhibit many of the traits of a psychopath too. I think most people do, to be honest. It's funny, honestly, I think there's a thin line between successful people and psychopaths, to be honest. Nice and cookie filled. Toss, yeah, I tend to agree with you there, that everybody's crazy. They are the same, sure, yeah. Just the choices we make, pretty much. I think what that comes down to largely is, in order to be successful and pursue something successfully to the point where you stand out from the crowd, you've got to be extreme enough to want to do it and be able to focus on it and really be an addict to a certain extent, which is kind of that's a good way to describe me. Anyways. Where are we populating the actual sheets? That's what I'm trying to figure out here. We have book page, and this is ultimately, so the book page is the control that is displaying the 2 pages, but what about the actual, how do you populate the actual pages? If we take a look at the sample that we had, the window. User controls. So basically you can throw any user control in there and it will use that as a book page, which makes sense. But then how do you add it manually? I guess we could just add a user control, add a control to the control, potentially. Yeah, I don't know. And then how does it find all those? Get items count. Item source. Ah. Interesting. What is this? What do we got going on here? Ah, it's an items control. Okay. So, items. There we are. There we are. Dot add. And we add a user control this way, I'm guessing. So, how can we test this quickly and easily? I'm guessing that'll do it though. Just for testing the control. Here's a potato. Strange answers to the psychopath test. Oh no. The thin line is caffeine. Oh, no question, Omen Boy. I think you're right. As far as people who are depressed have a more realistic view of the world. Yeah, I've always been. Um, yeah, well, I don't know. Honestly, I've struggled with depression pretty heavily in the past. I'm not right now, and I haven't for quite a while. Um, Largely because I'm successful. But I have major issues. Personally, I have major issues if I'm not successful. For example, in past times of my life, I've been through some hard times socially in my life, and I've been um, to some bad places. I really have. So yeah, depression has played a major role in my life, and I praise the Lord that I'm not depressed right now. Uh, Manic depression actually runs in my family, so it's possible I have some manic depression tendencies, but I've been able to not have real issues with them for the most part. Although I do have issues from time to time. Believe it or not, I'm able to curb a lot of it with my diet, and then also I'm able to curb a lot of it just by, you know, focusing on projects. But I agree that if you have a truly realistic sense of the world, not the word, if you're truly realistic about the world, and you really have a realistic viewpoint, you can't survive. It's like the only way to survive is to have hope where you really shouldn't. As far as when it comes to a purely world view, and one of the reasons why I have faith is because I have to. I don't believe that there is good in the world. I've never believed that, and for that reason, I have to have faith in, the Lord, because without it, I don't see anything good, and I couldn't live day to day without that in my life. I just couldn't, and so that alone is enough to get me to believe. But it's I need hope. I need some form of hope, and I don't get it from the world. I get it from, Christ. So that's kind of where I'm coming from. I am a realist as well, which has led me, believe it or not, being a realist has led me to my Creator. It was the best of times. It was the worst of times. Hey, Cloud Kingdom. I changed my definition of success and I am now fine. That's perfect. I wish it was that easy for me. Schizophrenia, that's your definition. That's funny. Yeah, that's true, Doss. Yeah, yeah, Omen Boy, I'm similar to you there. Yeah, pretty much. I agree. In Vlansix, I think you're right. Although at the same time, there are things I struggle with that most, um, that your typical person doesn't emotionally. I know that, but most people who are driven, like you are, or like I am, and I'm sure some other people on the stream are not normal, typical people. So that's a good point as well. I mean, I wouldn't change anything about me, is what I'm trying to say. I love who I am, even the depression, everything. I love it all because it is all part of something that makes me effective in doing this. I mean, I wouldn't trade anything for the world, really. I love who I am, despite the fact that I've got these problems. Yeah, Jade, I know what you mean. I've been there at least. Yeah, the thing is, camaraderie. Oh man, this is good talk, good discussion though, guys. I do appreciate it, even though it's covered in scary, creepy stuff. We all have good intentions for the most part. Seriously, too. Indeed. So I'm trying to come up with something to add to this book control. I could create a separate user control. I guess that's what I'm going to have to do. So for now, let's add another user control in here. Or I could just add one of these other ones. An image video view, perhaps. But we'd have to have a model and stuff in order to do that. I've been there. That's the thing. I've been there, Jade. I've been at times in my life when I really did hate who I was. And I still hate who I was before. I still do. But you can get past that, I guess, is what I'm trying to say. You don't have to hate who you are. You can get past that. For me, what got me past that, to be completely honest, it was all about relationships to get me past that. So I understand, and being alone is what caused me to get there to begin with. Not having the people I needed in my life. Honestly, I mean, I'm not trying to preach. I'm really not trying to preach, Jade. But honestly, what you need is more community in your life. And when you're in a situation where you hate yourself, which I've been there, that is a good chunk of my life. I was there. That was me. When you're in that situation, you want to crawl up into a hole, and you don't want to leave. You don't want to leave your house. You don't want to go out into the world. But what you need in that situation is more community. You need more people in your life. You need people to love you. And that is what will bring you out of that awful place. You need people who love you, who will show you their love, not just over a stream, like this. You need that person-to-person time. And so if you want my advice would be to get involved in as many things as you possibly can. The easiest thing to do is go to a church, honestly, because there's people there who are willing to at least show you a little bit of love. If you find the right church, anyways. There's a lot of crappy, awful churches out there, no question, and a lot of judgmental churches. But you got to try. Get out there. Get into a community. That's what you need. My wife tells me I'm pretty. That's my wife's issue with me as well, Camel Spit. I just don't care. I don't care near enough. I care about what I'm doing at the time, and everything else just goes over my head, and I don't give a crap. Sorry, Martin. Thanks, Flansix. That is good. Yeah, absolutely. It's good to have this kind of interaction, Jade, but that's not enough. That's what I'm trying to tell you. You got to get out there. You got to get into real life, be with real people. That's what you need. And I say that because I've been there. And it wasn't that long ago that I was there, So, but you got to get out there into real life and get into some communities, meet some people, who will demonstrate their love for you, demonstrate their friendship with you, and slowly your view of yourself will change. And for me, it was a very long, many step process. I mean, I was bottom of the barrel, and I slowly climbed out of it. Starting in junior high was probably my low point, and high school was still pretty bad for me. And in college, I started to, get a little bit out of that mindset. And then after college, it wasn't until after college that I really kind of conquered my depression. I actually failed my senior year of college because I was extremely depressed. So I was actually trying to graduate in 3.5 years, and I would have done it easily with flying colors, but I got depressed my last semester and failed. And then I got a job, praise the Lord, and I never needed to graduate, so I never bothered. But I was depressed enough for it to be a significant problem in my life, even all the way back up in college. And it wasn't probably a couple years after college until I finally started to break it. But I've had these depression issues for a very long time, and honestly, LaunchBox has been a big part of me actually conquering that depression. Part of it was relationships. That was probably the biggest part of it. Having relationships, learning that people can actually love me, learning that I am a worthwhile human being, despite my flaws, despite my issues, and despite my past, my history. And then accomplishment was the second thing that got me out of it. So, it's not easy. It's a many step process, but the first step is to make some relationships. That's cool, Jade. Yeah, I hesitate to get into this stuff. I really do, because it's awkward, and I never want to come off as judgmental or come off as giving advice when somebody doesn't want it. But I feel like it's important to share that, because Jade, honestly, you're awesome. You're so much fun. I mean, I laugh at the things you say. I have more fun with your conversation here than most people on this stream. So you really are an awesome person. I love the fact that you're on the stream, and I love getting to hang out with you every day. So it's important for you to realize that you're not some kind of worthless, awful person that isn't any fun. You're a ton of fun, and you need the relationships in your life so that you're able to realize that this isn't like, this is serious stuff here. You really gotta get out of that rut and get some more relationships in your life, and go out there and be part of some communities, because that's really what you need. No, I'm not worried about the stream at this point. It's been good conversation. It's been fun. No, exactly, Camel Spit. You never want to seem like, if I did it, why can't you? That's the thing, because everybody's different. And yeah, so if I came off that way, I apologize. I don't want to come off that way. Everybody's dealt different cards. Everybody's got a different mind. But it is, yeah. I mean, I don't want to share my whole life story with you guys, but I've been through some pretty awful stuff. So, I mean, as far as internally, as far as my opinion of myself and depression and all that stuff, I was pretty darn close to suicidal. Never really got there, thankfully, but yeah, I was pretty ridiculously close. Yeah, it does take time. cloud. Yeah, prove to others. Yep, absolutely. That's well, specifically with LaunchBox, that's been a big help to me. Maybe write a book? No, thanks. I don't want to write a book. It does help, absolutely, to hear positive outcomes. Yeah, I swear, honestly, and even among successful people, Vlansix is interesting because it feels like among successful people, more of them have been through these problems than typical people. Make some more dollar bills, y'all. I'm with you, Jade. I've got secrets that if I told, everybody would run away scared, and no one would use LaunchBox. Yeah. Oh yeah. And there are people that I have told those secrets to, but I've got stuff from my past that I can't share with people, and I'm not proud of it. As a matter of fact, it still makes me cringe, and it makes me want to run back into my depression hole every time I think about the stuff. So yeah, I know what that's like. But being depressed leads you to do all those awful types of things. So it's kind of a vicious circle. That's why you got to get out. That's why you got to meet some people, get into some communities, all that stuff. Yeah, pretty much. No. Chinese sweatshop. Yeah. Yeah, but Jade, the thing is, even though you're hiding secrets, the disgusting, unfortunate truth is every single person is. Every single person is hiding awful secrets about themselves. It's everywhere. And you like to tell yourself that you're the only awful person, but no, the truth is all of humanity is pretty awful. It really is. Which is why I need hope in my faith. But everybody's got secrets, that's for sure. Yeah. Pretty much. They do. And it's not necessarily a healthy viewpoint to just constantly think everybody sucks. But that's kind of what a realistic viewpoint looks like. Modus Feeder, you've caught us in an interesting situation where we're kind of having a philosophical discussion. But yes, this is a C# based front end. Called LaunchBox, if you couldn't tell. I don't know that I'm going to get back into the code here, guys. before we end it up. But you know what? I kind of feel like I want to end this stream with a prayer. Would you guys mind if I ended the stream with a prayer? Just because, obviously, we all could use it, it seems like, me, myself included. LaunchBox. Oh, I didn't see that was you, Camel. Yeah. Sure. Unfortunately, the feed is almost over. But we stream Mondays and Wednesdays at 9:30 a.m. PST. That's awesome, Woman Boy. No. You don't need to be quiet, Jade. It's all right. No worries. All right, well, let's pray. Lord, I thank you for discussions like these because they really help. You know, they help us all. I'm. It's odd. It's strange, but I enjoy discussions like these because it's refreshing to be in real conversations with people. Conversations that are deep and full of substance instead of fake processed garbage that we get day in, day out. So thank you for the opportunity to actually have a good discussion on some of the personal stuff we got going in our lives. I pray that you would, honestly, I pray that you would help us to continue to open up with each other and enjoy the friendships that we have in these streams and get to know each other in deeper ways, help each other out. Just keep that because I need that in my life, and I think we all need that, and it's good for us. I pray that you would help us all to get involved relationship wise with people in our lives to try and combat issues like depression and all that stuff that tend to make us want to just crawl in our holes, myself included. Thank you for loving us. Thank you for your just thank you for being in our lives. I pray that you would help us all to look to you for comfort when we need that comfort, and also look to other people. In Jesus' name we pray. Amen. Yeah, I'll be finishing this up today. I'll be working more on Dev today. So thank you guys. Like I said, I mean, Jade, please don't feel bad. Honestly, I mean, it's weird talking about depression and putting somebody in a better mood, but having these kinds of conversations really fuels me. It fuels it makes me feel good about what I'm doing, and makes me feel like less of a loser myself, to be honest. And I think we can all share in that a little bit. So please don't feel bad. I'd like to. I don't want to snuff this kind of stuff out. I want to continue with these kind of conversations if they come up, because it's good. It's a very good thing. It's productive for all of us. So thank you, Jade. Thanks for revealing that stuff and opening up to us. And I seriously, I do hope that that you can get out in the world into some more communities and take those risks, because that's really truly what you need in your life to move yourself in the right direction, I guess. Really? That's cool, Vlansix. That's good to know. LaunchBox Therapy Forum. You know what? I don't think I would want to call it a LaunchBox Therapy Forum, but I think that is an excellent idea. We should call it like, I don't know. We'll have to figure out what to call it. But yeah, I'll do that. I'll do that for real. I fully agree with Pac-Man. No risk, no reward. Couchbox. I almost don't even want to end the stream here, guys. Couchbox. What should we call it, though? Seriously. Need therapy? I don't know. I don't know what to call it. Off-topic crap. We already have off-topic, but we need something to encourage people to open up. That's the thing. I don't know. Would anybody use it? I don't know. Honestly, a place to air our crap. Chat crap. Way off topic. Place to vent, maybe. Venting about life or something like that. Would we really use it? Oh, come on. Well, I'll be in the forum, but you guys are just as helpful in the stream as I am. I mean, I've got the mic, obviously, but confessional. Oh boy, now we're. I don't know that I really want to be associated with the Catholic Church, but that's funny. LaunchBox confessional. Oh man, no, but we will. I'll create something because I think that's a good idea. I'm not sure. I don't know who would use it. I don't know if it would ever get used, but sure, I'll do it, and I'll be in there. Still get those off days. It'd be great to have a place to vent. Yeah, agreed. Confessions of a software dev. There you go. Oh man, I've confessed a lot of stuff to you guys, haven't I? Okay, guys. Well, I'll go ahead and we'll wrap it up. And again, thanks for the discussion. Jade, I hope you're still here. Anyways, the Taxi Cab Show on HBO. I don't think I've ever seen that. Anyways, thanks, guys. I'll keep working on developing the PDF stuff and then the automatic folder parsing. We might. I don't know. I can promise I'll have a beta out. Maybe I shouldn't make any promises. I'm hoping to have a beta out before the end of the week for you guys with a lot of this stuff. So, hopefully, if progress goes well on the PDF stuff, obviously the PDF stuff is much bigger than I expected it to be, so there's that. But, yeah. It's fun regardless. So I'll get back into development, get some lunch. That's right, it's been real. Take care, guys.